Hello, good evening, and welcome. The eyes of the Mountain State are on Charleston, West Virginia this evening for this week number 8 matchup between the George Washington Patriots and the Huntington Highlanders. Thank you for joining us this evening here on High School Game Day, presented by HD Media. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our video productions crew. Happy to have you with us here this evening. It's a top 3 matchup in Class Quad A tonight. The visiting Huntington Highlanders come with their 5-1 record on the road, 50 miles away from Cabell County here to the capital city, on a 5-game winning streak after losing in a shutout to open the season to defending Tennessee State champion Oakland High School, who, by the way, right now is number 3 in Tennessee in the state. 49-0 loss there. Since then, the Highlanders have been on a 5-game winning streak, beating teams by an average of 29 points in that stretch. The Patriots, on the flip side of that, started the season on a 6-game win streak. Took on the likes of Spring Valley, Hurricane, Cabell Midland, South Charleston. Went on the road, knocked off a Barnesville, Ohio team. The Shamrocks had a 40-plus game winning streak on the year, or coming into this year in that game. The Patriots go on the road, win on a field goal, 17-14, and then follow that up with a win against Parkersburg before stumbling the last time out on Saturday here at home to Jefferson, a team that had just picked up its first win the week prior. Cougars come here and make a big statement as they vault up to number 11 in Class 4A. The Patriots drop slightly to number 2. Will, the Patriots going to be looking to rebound, and head coach Steve Edwards Jr. says that the loss gave him a reset. Obviously, you don't want to lose, but sometimes guys get a little complacent and happy with where they are and what they're doing, and sometimes you need a loss to shake the system a little bit and reset and let guys get a check on what's really important to them.
Yeah, and there was a loss where, there were a handful of plays that could have gone either way. Decide that with 1-point loss. I mean, it's honestly hard to come by 1-point loss just through the math of football, but certainly something that, like you said, comes at a time when they were undefeated going into that game, but still have a lot of season left. If we're going to take that loss, it might as well be 1 point in the middle of the season to a team that you're not going to see very often.
It is a one-off game. They said that GW needed a game, Jefferson needed a game. They're going to made the schedule, so the next time they'd see each other theoretically would be in the playoffs down the road. But
at the same time, it's also, it is a loss. It happened here at home, which is really tough for the Patriots to handle, so they've got to bounce back at home and prove that it was a one-off thing and it was, a game where, just came down a couple plays and not, indicative of some type of decline. And on the other side, Huntington, like you said, a team that really, they came back home to West Virginia and really rediscovered who they are and have just been on an absolute tear since.
Yeah, they're going to get ready to go back to Tennessee, take on Sevier County, who's the number 25 team in the state there for 11-man football. They play different iterations of football as well there in Tennessee. But they play the number 3 team in the state of Tennessee. They're going to play the number 5 team next week. But first they got to face the number 3 team in Class 4A in West Virginia and the Patriots tonight. And again, as we mentioned, the Highlanders started off with that loss, have been on a run since then, 5 straight, as I mentioned, beating teams by an average of 29 points per game in that 5-game winning streak. And the Highlanders have never been one to run away from teams, and that's why they scheduled those 2 teams out of Tennessee. They want to beef up their schedule and see what they're made of, like GW did with scheduling Barnesville, Ohio, and scheduling Jefferson. Jefferson had a really tough schedule, so when you look at that loss for GW, and it was a 1-4 Cougars team coming here last week, a bit deceptive with what their record was in that loss. But GW obviously won't going to get in the win column. The Highlanders looking to keep things going, and they're doing it with a guy that is being forced to play quarterback more or less, guy that's a Clemson wide receiver commitment, Tavion Wilson, but he's doing it well enough for them, throwing the football to get them to this point now at 5-1 on the season.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where ideally they'd have him out there catching, but just due to injuries and just how the team shook out, that he's being called on to be quarterback, and maybe not the most accurate thrower, but a hell of an athlete. You don't get a scholarship to Clemson if you can't get out there and do special things. So that's what he's been doing for all year, enough to get them to the number 1 spot in the state.
And he said that he'll do whatever it takes to help this team win, help play whatever it takes to help them get a victory for the Highlanders. That's why at the start of the season, when His number was called to be the quarterback. He didn't resist it at all, and he's coming off of not 2 wins really last week, with the win on the field in the scoreboard and also a win in the homecoming court as well, as crowned homecoming king. The Patriots are getting ready for their homecoming night tonight as well, as the GW Patriots just took the field, headed to the end zone, take a knee and pray. We'll step aside for a short break. When we come back, we'll get you closer to kickoff between the number 1 Huntington Highlanders and the number 3 George Washington Patriots when we come back right after this on High School Game Day.
Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
There's nothing quite like a homemade meal from Tudor's Biscuit World. We use real buttermilk to craft our delicious biscuits, one batch at a time, and serve them with our signature platters. Here, you will taste the freshness in every bite. From our classic breakfast sandwiches to favorites like our breakfast wraps, every meal brings a taste of simpler times. Whether it's tailgating or an office event, let Tudor's do the cooking. Visit tudorscatering.com for all your catering needs.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Getting ready for kickoff between the Highlanders and the Patriots here at George Washington High School in the capital city of West Virginia. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our video productions crew, happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day as the Patriots look to bounce back from the loss last week against Jefferson here at home. The Highlanders looking to keep the win streak going to 6 straight after starting off with that shutout loss. First shutout for the Highlanders since back in 2018, back in a loss to Spring Valley.
And I mentioned when we were talking a little bit about the Patriots, about there's no such thing as a good loss, but they can come in at all right time. Maybe coming at the very beginning of the season on the road, that's kind of a very, you don't want to take a loss, but it's a good way to kind of reset. It's like, maybe we're not, we really buckle down and, refocus after, coming into this thinking maybe we were better than we thought we were.
Well, and, Will, GW could be hoping that the game for Jefferson last week turns out for them coming into this week against Huntington, the number 1 team in Class 4A, like Huntington's game did at the start of the season, where, again, we mentioned they were shut out against Oakland 49-0, then win against Martinsburg at home, the reigning state champions out of Class 4A, 22-20. A drop 2-point conversion try late in that game is ultimately what was able to help Huntington hold on to the victory in that game against the Bulldogs. So, a tough loss there, get you some refocus there. Again, that was week 1, but maybe the Patriots come off of that loss last week against Jefferson and come out here a little more refocused against the state's number 1 team in the class. Patriots will kick off to start tonight's contest. The Highlanders in their road white tops with the black jerseys and the green Huntington helmet with the H on the shield and the crossing swords. Patriots lined up in their huddle as Teddy Smith gets ready to boot things away to start this contest. quick run up, and then they'll reset and spread things out as GW lines up in their burgundy uniforms tonight, white numbers with those silver bullet helmets. It's a great night for football here in West Virginia as we get things started with a squib kick over toward the sideline. It bounces there and stays just in bounds long enough for the return man on the near side. Number 16, Kellen Reif. Reif will then run out of bounds.
Would he not have gone about 2 extra yards if he just let it go out of bounds?
Maybe, but I also get the want to secure the football as well to bring your offense out and see what they can do with some pretty good starting field position at the 34-yard line for the Highlanders. 1st and 10 for Huntington comes with the first possession of the contest for either side. Again, at their own 34-yard line on the near side hash mark. It'll be Tavion Wilson coming out to set the offense up. 2 receivers to the top of the formation, 1 man to the near side. That's Dante Newsome. He'll spend some time at running back, and a hard snap count gets a couple of guys on both sides to move. I believe it was the Patriots that moved first, though. We'll see what ends up happening with this one, though.
I'm just going to show some of the nerves in this one because it's a very high-stakes game up here on the hill.
And it is going to be against the Highlanders, so back them up 5 yards before they even get started officially. 1st and 15 now from the 29-yard line for the Highlanders. Another hard snap count. Quick throw to the near side is caught by Newsome, and Newsome will turn upfield. He'll get across the 40 and be brought down by 2 Patriot defenders. Kion Davis and Jamare Smith will bring him down at the 41. 12-yard pickup there. We'll set up 2nd down and 3 for the Highlanders with 11:37 to go on a moving clock now in this opening quarter. Man in motion, handed off to the back though, and up across the 50 and into Patriot territory there is Trayvon Okonkwo, one of the brothers for the Highlanders. Mayshawn, you'll see him as well, number 7. Pair of sophomores for the Highlanders. Will give Huntington a 1st down to the Patriot 49. 2 receivers split out to the top of the formation. That'll be Antonio Pascal and Andres Reese. Newsome, the lone receiver to the near side, man in motion. There's number 44, Braxton Mount. Wilson going to keep it himself under design. Quarterback power, has it inside the 40, inside the 30, breaks a tackle, and is finally brought down at the 25-yard line. A nice run there by Tavion Wilson.
Yeah, this offense running exactly as advertised, basically. Just good decision made by Wilson and good running there by Okonkwo and Wilson.
They're going to spot him at the 26. So a 23-yard pickup there for Wilson. Set up 1st and 10 for the Highlanders now. Two receivers split out to each side of the formation. Mount and H-back there with Wilson by himself. Now they're going to send in man in motion. Wilson going to keep it himself, fake the pitch, and he's going to run it straight off the right tackle, and he'll get down near the 20. Decent gain there on 1st down for Tavion Wilson.
You know, I'm just watching the 2 teams gathered up. Huntington's big. There's some big guys on that offensive line, and they've got a good push on pretty much every play so far in this opening drive.
You know, there's some beef on both sides of this offensive and defensive line, and you'll see it on the Patriots' opening possession as well. Something that they think is a strength for both sides of them. That's why Tavion Wilson, again, as normally a wide receiver for the program, has been able to make a successful shift into playing quarterback. Toss is bottled up for a moment, and then turning it up is Trayvon Okonkwo, and he'll get down near the 1st down. They're going to spot him a yard shy, though. down to the 17-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 for this Highlander offense. Ball moves over to the near side hash mark. Patriot defense trying to finally make a stand here. The opening drive of the game for either side. Wilson lines up in the shotgun with Trayvon Okonkwo. Standing just shifted slightly behind him to the right. Wilson going to hand it off to Okonkwo. Okonkwo fights his way forward, has the first down and some extra yardage after the fact. Down to the 14-yard line. As we get another look at it here on our replay.
Yeah, hit the hole real hard, knew exactly what you needed to get that first down. So far, 3 carries for 15 yards for Okonkwo on this opening drive.
Now Trayvon out in his Mayshawn Okonkwo in the backfield there. Call him more of a scat guy. That's what Coach Billy Seals says the difference really between him and Trayvon. Trayvon a little bit bigger. High snap. Wilson pulls it down, throws out into the flat. That is caught by Pascal, and Pascal going to stay in bounds and then will turn downfield and will be close to a first down.
Good job recovering for what could have been a bad start to that play and turn it into virtually a first down.
Yeah, as we take another look at it there. And great job by Pascal, too, to avoid the initial defender and then able to regain his footing and turn downfield and get close to a first down. They're going to call it a 9-yard gain. We'll bring up 2nd and 1. Call it a long 2 on the board, but a 2nd and 1 officially. Wilson in the pistol. Hands off to Okonkwo, and Mayshawn Okonkwo will have the first down inside the 5. And they will spot him down at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Highlanders on the way. Moving the ball at will on this opening drive of the game. Nearly 5 minutes, now 5 minutes plus off the clock on this opening possession.
Very quiet up here during this opening drive.
Wilson in the pistol. Fakes the handoff to Mayshawn Okonkwo. Pass in the air, and it's going to fall to the turf harmlessly. Some heavy pressure coming off the outside edge there from Grant Aldrich as we take another look at it again on our replay. Telegraphed that all the way and got right in his face.
Yeah, and this Patriots defense really needed this. Like you said, basically, ball's been being moved at will. So far, Wilson completed his only 2 pass attempts. Every running play had been successful, so good job there to at least do something to disrupt this offense. Good to hear on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 3 for the Highlanders. Handoff goes to Mayshawn Okonkwo. Okonkwo stood up well short of the goal line. Casey Adkins as well as Landon Hamilton coming in to make the stop for this Patriot defense to force a 3rd and goal for the Highlanders upcoming. No gain on the play officially as Mayshawn Okonkwo gets back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots sideline starting to fire up a little bit. Patriot student section just to the left of our broadcast location, trying to fire up the troops on the near side. Wilson has Mayshawn Okonkwo to his left. Wilson going to keep it himself on a design power, and Wilson going to get over a defender and into the end zone for 6. Highlanders take a 6-0 lead, but there is a flag, so a hold for just 1 second.
The location kind of hard to tell, and it's a uh-oh.
And yeah, wipe the 6 off the board and back the Highlanders up 10. As we get another look at it here again.
There it was right there. It was number 2 in the end zone, holding him once Wilson started to make his cut inside. That type of play can be hard to block because everybody's kind of waiting for the quarterback to make his move.
You know, they were giving out stress balls before the game tonight, Will, and I think the Patriot fans were squeezing the stress ball quite a bit there on that one. 3rd and goal now from the 13 for the Highlanders after the penalty. Wilson in the shotgun. Still Mayshawn Okonkwo to his left. Fake the handoff, going to roll to his left. Throws a dart toward the end zone, and it's disjarred. Was looking to find his man Andres Reese, who was open, and then the hit stick comes from the Patriot defender Jamari Smith. Let's take another look at that one. Again, it's a bullet coming out of Wilson's hands. It looks like he has it, and then Smith lays the boomstick to deflect, to knock that ball out.
Yeah, perfectly timed, perfectly placed, hitting him right in the midsection there. And forced a big decision here for Huntington.
Yeah, they're going to bring out Bennett Weimer, the field goal kicker. He's going to spot it down from the 20-yard line. Would be a 30-yard try. Great to see Reese, too, get up there. A little slow initially, but able to get up and run off the field under his own power. He took a lick there from Jamari Smith. 4th and goal from the 13. Again, a 30-yard field goal try. Kick is up, and it is good. Straight through the uprights. Highlanders take a 3-0 lead, and that comes with 5:39 to go in the first quarter. More than halfway through the quarter, the Highlanders only get 3, though, on the scoreboard. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
GAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
3-0 Highlanders lead with 5:39 to go in the opening quarter. It took 6 minutes and 21 seconds for them to go down the field and score. But again, they only get a field goal as the Patriot defense holds firm thanks to a holding on a touchdown call. Patriots on the return now. And a nice return going off the far side there. Had the space for a moment before the Highlanders collapse. Derek Valentine will rumble his way up to near the 45-yard line. They will spot him at the 45. So 1st and 10 for GW with 5:33 to go in the opening quarter. Offense finally comes out on the field for the Patriots.
I think a lot of teams, if they do that type of kick, they kind of expect the guy to just fall on it or wait for it. But now Valentine took it and took off, and nearly was through.
You know,
especially early on, if you get through that first line, you're almost home free. So good job setting his offense there, not being afraid to take a little bit of a risk and get it going there.
Jaden Black starting the game tonight after leaving in the second quarter last week against Jefferson. Cy Persinger just has to let this one go on the near sideline and throw it incomplete. We do have a flag down in the middle of the field, like literally the middle of the field. But great to see Jaden Black out there for this Patriot offense after, again, he left the game last week against Jefferson in the second quarter with a little less than 4 minutes to go.
And an ineligible player downfield there. And I guess, just with the play it's taking so long and Persinger working so hard to try to keep it alive there, just offensive linemen work their way downfield. Unfortunate, but at least only 5.
So 1st and 15 now. And a big set there for the Patriots as it's a direct snap to Jaden Black. Black will pick up those 5 yards and get across the original line of scrimmage and up to the 48. So a 7-yard pickup there for Jaden Black will set, 8-yard pickup will set up 2nd and 7.
Persinger again in as a tight end.
Direct snap goes to Black again, coming off the right side. And Black going to get into Highlander territory, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line is where they're going to mark him down. That'll be
another 4 yards.
Yeah, another 4-yard pickup there for Jaden Black. Again, great to see him back after he missed the entire second half in the last 4 minutes of that loss last week against the Jefferson Cougars. It also put a little more on Cy Persinger throwing the football. He ended up throwing it 38 times last week, easily the most we've seen him sling it this year. Snap errant there going to Clyde May. May just jumps on top of it back in Patriot territory at the GW 43-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down now for the Patriots, and they'll just punt things away.
And it's not like you're never going to have that type of play when you have your regular quarterback back there. Bad punt or bad snaps happen, but kind of run that risky, run that Wildcat-style offense that, so it's not as experienced having the ball come out of there at him, could let it get away, and that's what happened there, and now the Patriots have to put it away.
Ashton Lusk standing in punt formation, fields it at his own 30 and sends this one away. And it'll go out of bounds around the 25. We'll see where they mark it out ultimately. They're going to give the 26. So 1st and 10 for the Highlanders from their own 26 with 3:29 to go in the opening quarter. And again, they moved it down the field with ease on their opening possession, but then only came away with 3 after Bennett Weimer put it through the uprights, his 3rd field goal made of the season.
Yeah, there's now a ton of pressure on this Patriot defense. Even though it's still early, the way that the Highlanders drove it down the first time, even though they only came away with 3, still a fairly impressive drive. And now seeing your offense sputter out with a 3 and out, a lot of pressure on you now to get it back to you and try to get them jump started instead of let this thing start to get away from you early.
Especially after the offense had great field position to start that drive, and then were able to unable to do anything with it. Now 1st and 10 from the Highlanders, 27-yard line. And Wilson going to keep it himself. He'll cross the 30 and go up to the 32, so a 5-yard pickup. They moved that football after it was spotted initially. I don't like it when they do that. But 5-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 5. It's a long 5.
Yeah, initially it looks more like 4 to me.
Double barrel shotgun. Going to hand off to Mayshawn Okonkwo, and he is going to be brought down by Casey Adkins around the 35-yard line. Give him 3, up to the 35, so we'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Highlander offense. Patriot defense got the stop it needed the last time it faced 3rd down. Can it do it? And the Highlanders into the field this time on their 2nd possession.
And the big question for the Patriot defense is Wilson going to keep it here? Or is he going to let it go to one of the talented playmakers?
Wilson sends Mount in motion. Now he's going to keep it himself on a quarterback power. And he's got the 1st down and then some, powering through tackles, and he's finally forced out of bounds around midfield. Clyde May, the man that finally drives him out. They're going to mark him a couple yards shy of midfield as, again, we take another look at it. He's just a grown man running right there from Tavion Wilson. So they mark him out at the 48.
To 46 yards on just 4 carries so far in the first quarter. Yeah, with 21 yards through the air so far.
Javon Davis going to get a break for this Patriot defense. Out comes Parker Chapman. And Chapman nearly jumps offside. Wilson going to drop back to throw, looking deep down the middle of the field. Has his man, and it's caught by Dante Newsome. Newsome officially marked down shy of the goal line. Newsome blows by the Patriots secondary and gets all the way down to the 1 as we take another look at that throw from Tavion Wilson.
Yeah, just long enough with patient on, then just found his guy in the perfect spot.
Maybe wanted it just a little higher, just a little bit, so that he could have kept running underneath of it and then potentially could have got into the end zone. But a touchdown saving tackle there by the Patriot defense, and now it's 1st and goal from the 1. Can they replicate the last possession they had down on this end? And a timeout comes from head coach Billy Seals before we find out. We'll step aside and take a quick break. 1:36 to go here in this first quarter. Highlanders lead 3-0, but are knocking on the goal line door when we come back.
More than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Bowtie Mike here, reminding you that Cardinal Chevrolet is your destination for all things automotive. We offer a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, a full-service collision center, parts and service departments, plus up to 125% of KBB for your trade. Stop by for a no-obligation appraisal. We make the deals that nobody can match because it's got the Bowtie guarantee. Hurry in. CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
First and goal from the 1, a heavy set here for the Highlanders. Handoff goes to Newsome, and Newsome is cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Kion Davis coming off the backside of the play to make the stop in the backfield. A loss of, they're going to give him 2 back to the 3, it looks like. Yeah, not quite touching the 2 yet, so a long 2 again. But officially second and 3.
They are super close to the end zone.
Man, what a heavy set here, though. Back in the backfield, Jeremiah Lyles in there. Fake the handoff. Wilson going to try to run it out to the left. Tosses toward the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, right. Highlanders. Andres Reese on the reception, but there is a flag in the end zone.
That one came towards the end of the play.
Well, that, again, we talk about extending plays. Usually what happens when you extend a play, end up getting a hold. Find out here in just a second. All right, so they're going to decline the illegal formation, and then they're going to accept the ineligible man downfield. Well, like we said, that's usually what happens when you extend plays a little longer than they're intended to be. So now second and goal from the 8. Just inside the 8.
We saw a very similar penalty on the Patriots on their opening play of the game where they extended so long the offensive lineman just accidentally worked his way too far down.
Wilson takes a snap, turns and hands off to Newsome off the right side. Going to try to bounce it out wide, and he is going to be cut down. Patriot defense does a good job of stretching that line of scrimmage across the face of the play and forcing the stop just shy of the 5. Going to give him, looks like 2 yards down to the 6.
This Patriot defense sticking up again here in the red zone. Last time they were able to force a field goal attempt. And this time they pushed him back now from when they started after that long ball at the 1. So now on the 7 now, trying to force another potential field goal attempt.
Late man running on there is Mayshawn Okonkwo. 2 receivers split out to either side of the formation, though. Wilson dropping back to throw, has time. Now he's going to be brought down and sacked. Bringing him down there for the sack for the Patriot defense is James Payne, his first sack of the season. As we take another look at it here, Will. Payne just ripped through the guard there and ends up getting back to him after he had some help from his teammate Grant Hansel and keeping Wilson contained for at least a second there on the edge and forcing him up in the pocket, really right into James Payne's arm.
There was going to be a little bit of room for Wilson to get through, but Payne did a great job of holding on and making sure he did not use that escapability to make a play, holding on and making the tackle.
And that's the final play of the first quarter. After 1 complete, Highlanders lead 3-0 with a 4th down play coming up when we return after they flip into the field. Right after this on Game Day.
Each one unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
A 32-yard try on the way from Bennett Weimer. Wilson to hold. Snap is back cleanly. Kick is up. And it goes just inside that left hand upright. Highlanders will make it 6-0 as we just started the second quarter with 11:54 to go until the half. We'll keep you right here, though, since we literally just came back from a commercial break. And, you know, Will, we've been impressed. This is our first chance to see Tavion Wilson in person. We obviously knew that he's a spectacular athlete. He wouldn't have gotten a scholarship offer to play football at Clemson and a lot of other top-tier Division I football programs if he wasn't a top-tier athlete. But I don't know if people truly know, outside of the Cabell County area or the Tri-State area, how great of an athlete he is. He also had some offers potentially to go play college baseball or college basketball. He also runs track and at one time played soccer. So we've been kind of amazed at how easily he's just been able to throw the football, because it looks like he's throwing it with almost no effort. Would you agree?
Yeah, you know, he looks to roll out there. If you had told me that he'd, you know, play quarterback all his life, and he's, you know, came into the season, you know, or came into any given season as a guy's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. He also has great decision making so far, and obviously the athleticism with the ability to make play with his legs too.
Titan courts on the return from about the 19-yard line, and he is going to get up to the 30, about an 11-yard return there for Courts. Done that a couple of times this year for the Patriot kickoff return team. Had a long of 36 a few weeks ago, actually. And, you know, him and Derek Valentine had a nice kickoff return to start the first possession for the Patriots. But now here in the second quarter, the Patriots' second offensive possession starts with 11:49 to go until halftime. Heavy set here for the Patriots. Snap goes off the hands of Jaden Black. Black going to scoop it up, but is going to be unable to go anywhere else. Elias King there on the stop for the Highlander defense officially back at the 21-yard line. It's a 9-yard loss on that play, and that's twice now that bad snaps have happened to the Patriots in this new heavier formation.
Yeah, and the thing is that the guys in the backfield are crouched down so low that I don't think these snaps would necessarily be this high if they weren't crouched down so low. I know we're not dealing with the tallest fellas back there usually. That Persinger's back there more.
And now they're going to shift him back to a normal set offense here. Jaden Black going to motion out of the backfield. Persinger drops back to throw. Looking down the sideline. And just off the hands of Samaje Wesley. Needed maybe another step to be able to fully haul that in, but just off his fingertips as we take another look at it. Protection's there for him.
Yeah, I mean, if his fingertips weren't on it, it was a matter of an inch or two.
So now 3rd and long for the Patriots. Spotted at the 22. Persinger throws complete to Samaje Wesley, catches it this time, and is brought down back near the original line of scrimmage. Question is do they give him the 30 or do they mark it at the 31?
They're leaning more towards the 31 there.
Yeah, they're going to give him that 31. So
still
a
9
yard
short.
pickup, yeah, and 9 yards shy. So Ashton Lusk will come out and punt things away. You know, Will, snapping was an issue for the Patriots in that game last week against the Jefferson Cougars as well, as Lusk just got that punt off. It's going to take a bounce before the 40 and stop there. Braden Edwards, the starting center for the Patriots, also handles the long snapping duties, got injured after a touchdown, and then they had to bring in James Payne to snap, and he ends up snapping it over Mark Blankenship's head and into Teddy Smith's hands on an extra point try. And the Patriots weren't able to convert. And then you don't want to say it's any one thing because there were multiple things across the way. There was a 2-point conversion try the Patriots were stopped on as well, just short of the goal line.
Snap the ball.
A completion inbounds late in the game as they're trying to get some extra yardage to be able to try to get Teddy closer to kick a field goal. And they're going to rule the completion to Andres Reese incomplete as he turned up field. I wasn't sure if they were going to rule it incomplete or if they were going to rule it a catch, but he was down. So we take another look at that. Could have been either one, but the White Hat officially says it's incomplete. He's the one who comes in, steps in, and makes that incomplete call. He had the better angle on it than we did. We were looking at his back. But so far, 2 bad snaps for the Patriot offense have hurt them on their 2 possessions. Defense is doing its job, holding the Highlanders to field goals. As a bad pitch is corralled by Okonkwo. Mayshawn Okonkwo changes field direction now and is going to get across the 45 and is forced out of bounds about 5 yards shy of the first down.
Good and bad things for that play for Huntington. A bit brazen of a toss there initially, but good job of coming back cross formation. Wilson doing a hell of a job on a block. A couple of them there were needed, though, to turn that into maybe the longest 6-yard gain you're going to see.
Yeah, officially 6, 3rd and 4 on the way. Just inside of 10 minutes left here until halftime. Wilson takes the snap on 3rd down, throws down the seam, and that one just incomplete. Was trying to find Ethan Goodson.
Wilson only 3 of 7 so far in this one. And that one was close, but just could not get quite to his guy.
So 4th down. And out is Weimer to punt.
Uh-oh.
And he mishandles the snap and just barely gets it away. Now they're calling Jamari Smith off there. He thought about it for a second of trying to return that. Ultimately decides it's better off he doesn't. And the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. So
Adam,
look at it again.
It hasn't rained in days. So, this ball is slick out there for both sides. I don't know if they got new balls in the mail this week or what. But
man, Weimer, a soccer player, his soccer background definitely come in handy there, I'm sure. Getting it just off the toe.
Didn't help him grab the ball off the ground, though.
No, it did not. Handoff goes to Jaden Black. Black going to be corralled there momentarily. Wingfield is going to stop him after a short gain. Give him 2 up to the 22-yard line.
Probably a good call to not go ahead and stick in your standard formation. I don't know if we'll go back to that heavy that we saw. The results did mainly bad snaps over guys' heads.
2nd and 8 for the Patriot offense now. Handoff goes to Black again, coming off the left side. Black able to lower his shoulder and duck through some tacklers, and he'll get up to the 25. That'll set up 3rd and 5 for the GW offense.
4 carries for 17 yards now for Black, and we know he's a guy who can carry the ball, 30 times in a game, week in and week out.
Valentine, the H-back in the backfield for the Patriots. just to the left of the line of scrimmage. Black flips to the left side now with him.
He had a great return earlier in the game.
Handoff goes to Black, and Black is brought down after a yard. Give him up to the 26. And the Patriots gonna, I think, a little begrudgingly trot the punt team out here on 4th and 4.
And this brings us to a defensive battle here in the second quarter.
Lusk back to punt. Stands at his own 12. Low snap, but able to get it and get it away. They'll take a Patriot hop and then roll and go out of bounds at the 42. The Highlanders will start on their own end of the field with 7:39 to go in the first half. Patriots got to get a little more yardage gain. They got to string together some first downs at least to try to help win this field position battle. If you're going to keep giving up field goals, at least make them drive a little bit farther. And the Highlanders,
GW, it looks like what they really want to try, try some new stuff out in this game that have not panned out. And now, Black is having trouble really finding the running room that he's used to finding so far this season. So, now they're kind of trying to figure out what they do have to work with if the couple things that came into this game trying to do aren't working very well.
Design keeper here for Wilson, and he is going to be brought down at the 45. A couple of flags fly in from multiple directions. Patriots think this one is against the Highlanders. Be a gain of 3 as of right now. So they'll mark it off 10 yards from the spot.
Four penalties for 30 yards now counted against the Highlanders.
But it's an 8-yard penalty because of where they threw the flag. So 1st and 18 for the Highlanders with 7:15 to go. Wilson going to drop back to throw under some pressure, and he'll roll out to his left. Going to throw down the field, and that one just off the hands of Andres Reese. Reese, one of his favorite targets on the season. 13 catches, leads the team. Just behind him, Dante Newsom. 8 catches coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, I think that was a good example of not a born quarterback trying to get it done there. Not a pretty tight window he was trying to fit it into there to start with. And
but he's got the arm strength to get it there.
Oh, no, he's got the arm strength, but
yeah,
it's not the best decision out there. Now only one of his last 6 have been completed, but it was the 51-yarder.
Subtle play action, pass is complete out over to the far side of the field. Reese catches it this time, and a great stop there out in space. Samaje Wesley makes the tackle as the Highlanders will get back to the 44-yard line. That's a great open space tackle there for Samaje Wesley. If he doesn't get that, that's probably a 15, 20, maybe 25-yard gain. If not more, to be honest. Didn't look like there was much over there after Samaje Wesley. If he'd have been unable to bring him down. A flag comes before the play here. So back up the Highlanders 5 yards with an illegal substitution penalty.
That is huge.
And most of these unforced mistakes. Are unnecessary at the very least. Had 2 touchdowns called back because of holds. Now you set yourself up 3rd and 13 instead of 3rd and 8. And, well, now you're going to get it back. Well, I think, depends on where they went. I thought the Patriots jumped there.
I think so, but I thought that the last time it ended up
that's a good point,
so.
Will.
Or a false start.
There it is. There it is that time. There we go. So we take another look at it again. Yeah, they got him that time. They got him. But Tavion Will, again, for not being an actual a tried and true quarterback, like, that's an impressive hard count. Either that or the Patriots are just awfully eager to get in that backfield.
Might be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B on that one.
3rd down and 8 now again for the Highlanders. They'll reset after they move the ball back where it was just a moment ago. Wilson dropping back to throw, looking down the far side of the field. Passes deflected and knocked away. Samaje Wesley will bat that pass away from the intended man, Kellen Reif.
And there's a flag way behind the play.
Yeah, we'll see the ruling on that because it would have been 4th down for the Highlanders with the incompletion. And a lot of laundry tonight. And I still have something to do at home. Well, that's not the one you want if you're the Highlanders. Because now that backs them up 15 after the play. And it's now 4th and a quick ride over to Overbrook Elementary School just on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, just an unfortunate series of plays for the Highlanders. This drive started off with relative success.
Back to their own 29-yard line. It'll be 4th and 23. Weimer back to punt, stands at his own 15. See if the snap can come back to him a little better this time.
Their hope so because there's not much room for error back here.
He stands ready. Cleanly received and cleanly off his foot. And it'll bounce all the way down and be stopped at the 30. So it's a field position battle here on the hill tonight. And a matchup of number 1 versus number 3. Currently, it's the visitors, number 1 team in Class 4A, the Highlanders, leading after a pair of field goals.
And after that first drive by Huntington lasted over 6 minutes. Now it seems like each team's only trading about a minute's worth of possession back and forth.
And Black going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. I don't think they're going to give him any more than about a half yard, if that. Highlander defense sniffed that play out in a hurry.
Black only averaging about 3 yards a carry right now, and that's not going to quite get it done.
And a timeout by the Highlanders comes with 5:39 to go in the first half. Huntington leading 6-0. We'll step aside for a quick break as well. Then we'll come back with more second quarter action right after this on High School Game Day.
To unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades apprenticeship programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
What is it?
Back here ready for second down after the timeout by the Highlanders. Their second. Throw over to the far side is caught by Kai Martin just across the first down marker. That's the first down, or is it the second first down? Yeah, second first down of the game for the Patriots in this half. Persinger delivers a strike over there on that far sideline. 1st and 10 now for the Patriots. Pass is tipped in the air, and it's going to be knocked down. 2 defenders in the face there of Cy Persinger. Pascal as well as C.J. Quint.
Well, they're trying to get some offensive linemen out. That they were trying to get a screen set up, but the Huntington defenders were there so fast that they just didn't have time for that to develop at all.
So 2nd and 10 now from the Patriot 42. Persinger running the play over to the far side of the field. 5 seconds on the play clock now as they line up, send a man in motion. 1 second as they snap it. And Persinger evading some pressure. Throws it, and it's caught by Jaden Black. Going to be able to stay on his feet and get into Highlander territory, but I got a feeling this one's coming back, Will.
Yeah, that flag was thrown early in that play. So really didn't need to do any of that.
And they say number 8, but I think they actually meant number 6, Jamari Smith. That 8 and 6 confusion kind of looks the same. Yeah, so he didn't actually come stop to a full set before he ran out of that motion, but if he did and then tried to do the motion, they were never going to get the play off. So you'd have been doomed one way or the other.
You always got to keep that in mind when you know there's a guy who's got to come in motion.
But
We're
now
have another discussion.
Yeah, before we get the play to go here on 2nd and 15.
Full-on flag out there.
Yeah, they're going to talk about some things, yeah. Sideline warning. Need to get back, coach, to get down there and start getting on some guys. 2nd and 15, though, for the Patriots now. Clock moving again. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Persinger drops back to throw. A screen play that's almost intercepted. Max Bourne almost gets his mitts on it and comes away with the pick. Let's take another look at that one. Man, almost a great play made by, it was a great play anyway, but he almost made an even better play.
There's a dangerous throw to make there by Persinger, just right in. I don't know if he's trying to think he could get it over him or what, but he could not.
Max Bourne's 6'4" too, so he's got some long arms and stuck that right mid out and nearly pulled down an interception. That'll be technically a 3rd pass breakup of the season for him there at the defensive end. 3rd and 15 for the Patriot offense, excuse me. Persinger throws out into the flat now to Jaden Black. Black trying to make one man miss. He's able to do that, but can't make a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th man miss. And finally bringing him down, Bryce Winkfield. And he's going to be stopped at the 46. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Patriots, and they're going to send the punt team back out again. Much to the disgruntlement of the Patriot fans here just in front of us.
Yeah, it's too early to be doing that. You're only down by 1 touchdown.
Fake punt. Persinger drops the throw, looking for Derek Valentine, and it's incomplete. Tavion Wilson there with the play for the Highlanders there in the defensive side of the football. So we get ready to take another look at that again. I was just about to say, you got to pay attention, though, because Cy Persinger is the up man in the punt formation, and just before I could say it, they snapped it right to him because, again, their long snapper is their regular snapper, Braden Edwards, so it's just a regular snap for him.
And Wilson just shows again and again just how natural of just a football player he is. Just the reason why he's going to a big-time program, just having the recovery to get on that and knock that ball down.
4:08 now left in the half. Wilson picks up a low snap, hands off to Newsome, and Newsome is going to be bottled up after a short gain. Patriot defense will get to him. Landon Hamilton, James Payne as well. There's a couple other guys get in there to help make the stop, but they are going to give him a long one as they officially push him down inside the 45. 6-0 Highlanders lead this defensive battle here on the hill in a matchup of the number 1 team in Class 4A and the number 3 team in the class.
Beginning to become a factor here as we get towards halftime.
Highlanders have been able to move the ball relatively at will, but have only been able to get 2 field goals out of their efforts tonight. Wilson's throw short over on the far sideline.
Yeah, that pressure in his face immediately really impacted that one.
And he was looking for Newsom over on the far side of the field. Samaje Wesley in coverage as we get another look at it there. 2 rushers off the edge there for the Patriots. Landon Hamilton, the first guy and closest guy to him in his face. Incompletion will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Highlanders now. Clock stops with 3:19 to go in the half. Man, Wilson getting the play over from the far side. Back into the huddle now as they break. They'll send Newsom and Reese to the top of the formation. The lone man at the bottom is Pascal with Mount, the H-back. Play action fake. Wilson throws across the middle, and it's caught by Reese this time. Reese still dancing there in the middle of the field after he got the first down, had well down past the first down. And he'll get down inside to the 25. On 3rd and 9, the Highlanders convert. Another bullet pass there from Tavion Wilson.
A good job by him to bouncing off the initial contact and reorienting himself and getting back upfield.
And he almost kind of redeems himself more or less after he got hit by Jamari Smith on the opening drive of the game for the Highlanders. It was a big hit, but he did have possession of that football and then dropped it after the hit. Doesn't drop it there after that hit that time. What a run there from Mayshawn Okonkwo as he breaks out of a couple of tackles and sprints his way over to the far sideline. He'll have a first down inside the 15, down near the 10. They'll spot him at the 11, so the Highlanders can still get a first down. First and 10 from the 11. Still Mayshawn Okonkwo in the backfield with Wilson. And before the play goes, a flag comes out, and I think they might get the Patriots for a neutral zone infraction again here. Saw one of those D tackles move a little early. And yeah, that's going to give the Highlanders 5 more free yards closer to the goal line. But this is where the Patriots have been holding firm in just 2 field goals on those opening 2 possessions. And then have forced a couple of punts since then. Can they hold here? 1st and 5. Okonkwo going to keep it himself, slices his way through the defense, and he's across the goal line. No flags this time. Touchdown, Highlanders. With 2:34 to go, we get another look at it here on our instant replay.
Just a good job of missing that initial contact and finding the lane right in there.
I mean, perfect job reading his blockers and follow those white jerseys to pay dirt. Kick is up, and it is good. Make it 13-0 Highlanders with the lead here on the road. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
It's a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100. Or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Back here at George Washington High School, Highlanders get their first touchdown of the game, a 6-yard run from Mayshawn Okonkwo, make it a 13-0 lead. Titan Court's going to scoop it up on the kickoff from the 15, looking for some space, and he's going to fight his way up near the 30.
Now, plenty of time, really, for the Patriots to get something done. You would love to go into halftime, at least with something showing offense if you're GW.
Well, especially because they can pull a 2-for-1, where if they can score here before the end of the half, GW is set to get the football to start the second half as well, and could then theoretically take their first lead of the game if they score 2 touchdowns. But
and then not just for the obviously you want 7 points going into break, but to go into the break knowing you have done something, because this offense has not been productive so far this game at all.
They do give him the 30, so 1st and 10 from the 30. Pass out to Jaden Black coming out of the backfield, and he'll be bottled up after about a 3-yard gain.
No,
Actually, they get him for a loss there. Excuse me. Yeah, they were at the 30. They're going to officially mark him for 1. Well,
yeah, that's a loss.
That's a long one. Yeah, pretty much 2. 2nd and 12 officially is what they're going to call it.
Persinger right now with 19 passing yards in this game so far.
Elias King did a great job of sniffing that one out. Persinger drops back to throw again here. Comes back over to the near side to Samaje Wesley. The little toe tap along the near sideline and stays in bounds. And he is going to come up a yard shy of the first down, but 3rd and 1, playbook essentially wide open here for the Patriots.
But the clock is running too.
Yeah, inside of 2 minutes. With 1:40, and it continues to move. Actually, it stops right now, 1:42, since he was out of bounds. And the defensive end jumping there, Braxton Mount couldn't hold his water, and that'll be a free first down for the Patriots with a 5-yard encroachment penalty.
Like you said, the playbook is wide open, but you always have the opportunity for your opponent to give it to you as well.
So 1st and 10 for GW now at their own 44. What do they draw up here? As they said, trips to the top of the formation. Lone man at the bottom is Samaje Wesley. Persinger drops back to throw looking for Black on a wheel route. Covered there by Winkfield out of his linebacker spot. Incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10 and stop the clock with 1:38. Two to the top of the formations, Kai Martin, as well as Jaden Wilson. Checked in a couple plays ago. Into the near side, Henry Davis and Samaje Wesley. Black in the backfield still with Persinger. Persinger drops back to throw, rolling to his left. And he's going to have to get rid of this one or take a big sack. And that is completed to Jaden Wilson. And see where they mark his forward progress after he caught it. And officially give him 2 yards. Yeah, 2. Up to the 46. That's his 9th catch of the season. He's now going to split out to the top of the formation as the lone man up there. Trips to the near side. Davis, the bottom of that formation, with Martin and Wesley from near to far. Go from the near sideline. Persinger dropping back to throw, looking for Kai Martin down the middle of the field. Has his man, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20. Ethan Goodson with a touchdown-saving tackle. They're going to spot him down at the 17-yard line. A throw there by Persinger to find his man in stride. And the Patriots can get the score here with under 30 seconds to go now. Throw out to Black. Black inside the 15 is brought down. Stop there made by Reese. 21 seconds to go and a timeout taken finally by the Patriots. Clock stopped with 21 seconds. We'll step aside for a short break as well and then bring you back right after this on High School Game Day.
AS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect.
Getting ready for second down and 7 for the Patriots after the 3-yard gain by Black on the reception. Persinger pumps once, and now he is going to be sacked. Coming up with the sack there is Braxton Mount. He was feeling pressure from a couple of sides. Caleb Parlier was helping provide some of that pressure as well, but ultimately it's Braxton Mount, the senior, who comes away with the sack on second down and will force the Patriots to set up 3rd and long on the way as we get another look at it. Yeah, Parlier was about to get him from behind, and then Mount was able to get rid of his offensive lineman and shuck him, and then came up with the sack.
With 13 seconds left here, should have time to take a decent shot at the end zone and still give Teddy Smith a decent shot at it from what would be a 37-yard field goal. So, longer than you'd like it to be, but still makeable.
Patriots had some time management issues, though, last week against Jefferson. Got it inside the 30 with 6 seconds to go and got out of bounds. Had an opportunity to run Teddy Smith out. Instead, tried to opt for some more yardage to get him closer. They ruled the pass by Persinger complete, and then the clock ran out and GW lost by 1 last week. This one not as high of stakes right now, but here before the end of the half, Persinger looking toward the end zone and a flag comes. Was trying to find what I'm assuming was Kai Martin, and then there were 3 defenders there on him, and 2 ended up breaking after the pass got thrown, and probably a pass interference against the defense here coming.
Really be a gift
see if it's
to the
that or if it's a hold, though.
Hold seems more likely, but we'll see.
Patriots
it was long before the pass was even thrown.
So with 10-yard penalty, it'll be 3rd and 3, and with 6 seconds to go in the half, this time they're going to kick the field goal. Seemingly learning that lesson from last week. Again, a much closer and at the end of the half as compared to the end of the game, but going to try to just take the points here. Snap is back, kick is up, it is up, and it is good. We do have a flag, though. Teddy Smith hit after he kicked that through. We very well could have ourselves another play here for the Patriot offense with 1 second to go. As of right now, it stands 13-3. Highlanders getting ready to get the kickoff with 1 second to go. So, what ultimately the question, what do you want to do if you're head coach Steve Edwards Jr.? I mean, do you take the 3 points and take it as is and get 1 second and you kick off?
It wasn't so much an issue of distance rather than time on the up.
Yeah, I mean, 1 second right now. So they're going to get the ruling here in just a second. Running into the holder. There you go. Enforcing it on the kickoff. We take another look at it. Oh, yeah. Mark Blankenship just got lit up.
It dove right into him.
So Patriots do get the field goal good. And they get on the scoreboard with 1 second to go until halftime. So that 5-yard penalty enforced to the 45-yard line. Teddy Smith was able to successfully convert an onside kick last week, and that comeback effort by GW that ultimately fell short. And he's going to send this one near. Get a high bounce. Patriots tried to run to it. Samaje Wesley had a nice streak down that sideline with nobody in front of him, but if it could have bounced a little higher, maybe he might have gotten to it. There is a flag because of the ball going out of bounds. So,
yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot there. Still get the ball back with 1 second left, so they were going to get with 1 second left pretty much anyway.
Now, if you're Huntington, do you maybe make him re-kick? No, they are not. They're going to spot it at the 35 with 1 second to go until halftime. Could imagine the Highlanders will just take a knee here and go into the locker room up 10.
Maybe
but I've been proven wrong before.
Maybe they're going to get wild. Maybe they're going to try to run a hook and ladder here.
Again, I've been proven wrong before. I mean, we've already seen a fake punt here today. We could see a fake kneel. I have a feeling that's not what this is going to be, but he is going to take the knee, and they'll head to the locker rooms up 10. A great defensive battle. Just one touchdown in this first half matchup between number 1 Huntington and number 3 George Washington. It's the battle we expected all along, Will. This one's lived up to the hype all week long that it's gotten around the state.
Yeah, close here at the half. Both teams playing well, both defense playing extremely well, especially in the second quarter.
Again, Highlanders lead by 10 at halftime, 13-3. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have halftime homecoming festivities for you coming up right after this on High School Game Day.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades apprenticeship programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money.
Thank you to this year's Student Council. And a special thanks to all staff and students for showing their Patriot pride this week. To conclude this week's festivities, I would now like to introduce this year's homecoming corps. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the freshman class are Naya Verdula, escorted by Duncan Bishop. Duncan is standing in for football player and freshman class representative Carl Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, Naya Verdula and second bishop. Now representing the sophomore class, Anna Goodwin, escorted by Pedro Matasini. Representing the junior class, Ella Chips, escorted by Jackson Ingalls. And now I would like to present to you this year's senior class homecoming court. First is Queen candidate Kaylin Walker, escorted by King candidate Jackson Richmond. Next is Queen candidate Gretchen Stollard, escorted by King candidate Robbie Brown. Next is Queen candidate Maisie Bishop, escorted by King candidate Warren Watson. Next we have Queen candidate Eliza Bell, escorted by King candidate Patrick Pulaski. Next up is Queen candidate Harper Akers, escorted by King candidate Joel Nelson. And our final candidate across the field this evening, Queen candidate Nika Abbasi, escorted by King candidate Owen Anderson. Congratulations to the entire George Washington High School 2025 homecoming court. And crowning this year's homecoming king will be last year's homecoming king, Sam Nelson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 George Washington homecoming king, Ward Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all join together in giving a round of congratulations to your 2025 homecoming king, Ward Watson. And now, crowning this year's homecoming queen will be last year's homecoming queen. Please welcome to the field, Miss Valentina Chacon. And a special thanks to KCR Floral Studio for providing the flowers for tonight's ceremony. And to WV Royalty Crowns for providing tonight's crowns. It is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, at this time to present to you the 2025 George Washington High School homecoming queen, Miss Gretchen Stollard. Congratulations, Gretchen. Congratulations, board, and let's hear it once again for our 2025 homecoming king and queen. This concludes today's homecoming ceremony. Once again, congratulations to the entire court, and thanks again to all Patriots for a very successful homecoming week. And a special thanks to the George Washington High School Band for their soundtrack for tonight's ceremony.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation.
Lester Raines Honda of South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Test drive one of our many award-winning Honda vehicles today. Come in and see how Lester Raines Honda makes the difference in your shopping experience. We work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Honda, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Honda of South Charleston.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
There's nothing quite like a homemade meal from Tudor's Biscuit World. We use real buttermilk to craft our delicious biscuits, one batch at a time, and serve them with our signature platters. Here, you will taste the freshness in every bite. From our classic breakfast sandwiches to favorites like our breakfast wraps, every meal brings a taste of simpler times. Whether it's tailgating or an office event, let Tudor's do the cooking. Visit tudorscatering.com for all your catering needs.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades apprenticeship programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Bowtie Mike here, reminding you that Cardinal Chevrolet is your destination for all things automotive. We offer a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, a full-service collision center, parts and service departments, plus up to 125% of KBB for your trade. Stop by for a no-obligation appraisal. We make the deals that nobody can match because it's got the Bowtie guarantee. Hurry in. CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
It's a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet Heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
There's nothing quite like a homemade meal from Tudor's Biscuit World. We use real buttermilk to craft our delicious biscuits, one batch at a time, and serve them with our signature platters. Here, you will taste the freshness in every bite. From our classic breakfast sandwiches to favorites like our breakfast wraps, every meal brings a taste of simpler times. Whether it's tailgating or an office event, let Tudor's do the cooking. Visit tudorscatering.com for all your catering needs.
Back here at George Washington High School, a defensive battle in the first half. Highlanders find themselves on top with a score of 13-3 at the half. They got 2 field goals to start the scoring. Weimer from 30 yards and then from 32 yards out. That second one came just a couple seconds into the second quarter. After that first drive, ate up about half the first quarter clock. Then GW, after giving up the first touchdown of the game with 2:34 to go, Okonkwo with a 6-yard touchdown run. They're able to answer that as Teddy Smith gets a 27-yard field goal to go through the uprights with 1 second left. And that's how we find ourselves here getting ready to start half number 2. I want to give a shout out to, before we get going in the second half, to Huntington High's statistician Jimmy Morgan. Hooked me up with some stats before the game and has been also talking with me a little bit here throughout there at half as well. Big thanks to him for those statistics. Does a great job for the Highlander football program, covering them every year that he's been with the team. We appreciate getting those stats from him. Go back quite a ways there with Jimmy Morgan. But as we get ready to start the second half, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our video productions crew with you here on High School Game Day. Don't forget, we got more high school football action coming at you next week in week number 9, where we'll be up at South Charleston High School as they welcome in the Red Devils from Oak Hill next week. But still, one half of football left to be played in this marquee matchup in week number 8. And the Patriots playing host to the Highlanders, a 1v3 matchup. Boot to ball, and we're back underway. This one will take a skip up. Smith going to have to scoop it up from about the 7. Smith is upended at about the 15-yard line. May have gotten the 16. What a kickoff there for Bennett Weimer. Has had just the right touch on that. As it hit the turf, it practically died once it skipped back.
Both teams have had some shorter, some squibby kicks. So far, this one, that was just as hard as he could.
11:55 to go to start this third quarter as they start the possession for the Patriots. Persinger in the shotgun, dropping back to throw. Throws the near side, a nice curl route there for Kai Martin. Gets more than he needed for the first down as he'll be brought down across the 30 up to the 33. So we get another look at it again in our instant replay. Just sat down right in the middle of that zone. Caught the wide open pass and gets up to the 33-yard line. A 17-yard pickup there on the pass play from Persinger to Martin. Martin had a coming out party essentially last week. 10 catches, a $138 and a touchdown as Persinger under heavy pressure. Ball is on the turf. Or thought the ball was out.
Certainly looked out.
Yeah, it looked like it was out. Almost intercepted, though. Tavion Wilson going up to try to make a play on that pass as Persinger was looking for Samaje Wesley. There is a flag down. We're going to get another look at that play here in just a second after we get the ruling on it. Yeah, it certainly looked like Cy Persinger got swallowed up and fumbled. And there's another penalty against the Highlanders, a hold against Huntington. Now we're going to take a look at that play. Again, it looks like Persinger gets pulled in and sacked right there and fumbled, but somehow stayed on his feet.
The ball definitely came out. He must have caught it again.
And then passed down the field looking for Wesley, incomplete. They end up calling a holding penalty against the Highlanders, and it's a free first down for GW at their own 43-yard line. That's the 11th penalty of the game already in Huntington High, and a lot of them in the double-digit yardage variety. Persinger drops back to throw on 1st and 10. Has his man Samaje Wesley at the Highlander 41, and Tavion Wilson finally forces him out of bounds, but not before he gets to the 36. Another first down pass from Persinger to a wide out. And down to the 36-yard line of the Highlanders. Patriot offense moving here on this opening possession, helped out by that 10-yard penalty, but A couple of big pass plays on this drive already, Will. And it's a miracle what happens when the GW offense goes back to the air a little bit here. The run game didn't really have much going. Persinger gets his own number called here this time, and he'll rumble his way down inside the 30 to the 29. It'll be a 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, you're absolutely. The first half's offense was just horrible. You know, they were trying, looked like they were trying some new things on offense that just were not clicking. But now we're going back to what they were doing. You know, last week where they might not have won against Jefferson, but moving the ball wasn't the problem.
Yeah, they were essentially forced to throw the football in that game as well. They were playing from behind, but then also Jaden Black left that game in the second quarter and missed the entire second half. Looking for Henry Davis, and Davis goes up and gets it. First down inside the 10 for the Patriots as he works his way down the field against Ethan Goodson and goes up and wins that jump ball battle as we get another look at it again here. Had a nice double move to go like he was going to run across the middle of the field, cuts back out toward the numbers, and then just skies up and gets it. 1st and 10 at the 9. Is that 27, Will?
Yeah, 27 yards.
Handoff goes to Jaden Black. Black fights his way down near the 5. Going to come up just shy of that to the 6. So a 3-yard gain there for the freshman, who's been phenomenal through the first 8 games of the season, counting tonight. Came into tonight with 838 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground, 15 total touchdowns in his freshman season. And again, didn't play the second half and last 4 minutes of last week against Jefferson. And then also in the game against Hurricane, sat out the entire second half just because they were winning by so much. So he's effectively played in 6 games.
Yeah, definitely guys that they want to feature, that they really see as part of their offensive identity, but tonight is just not working out for them. 7 carries for 21 yards, a couple catches for about 8 yards as well. So definitely looks like their efforts in the second half to kind of go back to the passing game have paid off, although he's still effective.
Yeah, they're going to give him the handoff there from 6 yards out, and he's going to rumble his way into the end zone for 6. The touchdown streak continues for the freshman Jaden Black as he finds pay dirt and brings the Patriots an extra point away from making it a 3-point game. Excellent blocking there off the left side by the Patriots' Clyde May, helping pave the way as the confetti flies there after the score. And that drive for the Patriots could just be the shot in the arm the offense needed, Will, after it was held scoreless for nearly the entire first 2 quarters. It took a quarter and, it's full math for you. It took 33 minutes and 59 seconds for the Patriots to get on the scoreboard in the first half, and they get on the scoreboard here in the second half just 3 minutes and 8 seconds into it.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they're so highly ranked coming in this matchup. Good teams respond to tough situations. First half, like we said, their offense just was not getting anything done. Come out here with more of an emphasis on the passing game in the second half, and it shows. It pays off now. It's up to Huntington to react and try to play their next move in the chess game.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you respond if you're the Highlanders, especially because they already know that drive should have been stopped long ago, because that holding call against the Highlander defense gave the Patriots a free first down, or at least it could have been stopped long ago. Now the Highlander offense has got to try to respond, and again, 10 penalties. 2 of those were holding calls on touchdowns that had those scores taken off the board, where they then had to settle for 2 field goals. The offensive play calling seemed to change, though, a little bit there, Will, after those 2 touchdowns were taken off the board. It's almost as if the Highlanders went a little more conservative there for the rest of that half.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was necessarily the right move to make. We'll see how they decide to conduct things here in the second half.
They were essentially moving the ball at will against the Patriot defense. No pun intended with your name being Will. But the Patriots getting ready to kick off now, down by a field goal again, 13-10. Little dribbler on the ground, and it is covered up by number 25, Judah Moore. Junior thought about it for a second, I think, to scoop it up, and then said, no, let's just jump on top of it and keep the possession.
Yeah, definitely for the best.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Highlanders from their own 34-yard line with 8:51 to go in the third quarter as they get the football for the first time here in the second half. Again, been impressed with the senior Tavion Wilson at quarterback. Normally wide receiver for them, but this year has been thrust into that quarterback role, and he has looked exceptional so far tonight. A handoff here on the opening play of the drive, though. Short gain there by Okonkwo as he'll pick up 4 to the 38-yard line.
$35 yards now on the game, on the ground for Okonkwo.
And Mayshawn Okonkwo.
Okonkwo.
Trayvon Okonkwo. We haven't seen Trayvon Okonkwo here in a little while.
No, he had a couple early carries, but hasn't been much involved since then.
Yeah, they've been relying on the arm and legs of Tavion Wilson and the speed of Mayshawn Okonkwo, who gets another carry here. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down, a 5-yard pickup there. And it's kind of a little surprising, at least, because Trayvon had, coming into the game, had 28 more carries on the season than his brother Mayshawn did. 10 touchdowns between the pair of them. Over 700 yards rushing between them as well coming into tonight. And two very different types of backs. The scat back, Mayshawn in the backfield now. He'll bounce it out to the outside, has the first down, gets into Patriot territory before he's finally forced out by Samaje Wesley inside the Patriots 45. They're going to mark about the 43. Let's get another look at it here. Needed 1 from the Highlander 43-yard line.
Ended up with about 13.
Yeah, gets into Patriot territory.
Now, there have been a couple times these Huntington ball carriers, whether it be Okonkwo or Wilson, have been able to pull some really nice across the formation runs like that.
Pitch out to Mayshawn Okonkwo, and he's bottled up initially, but is able to dance around a couple of tacklers. Or Trenton Stump Nelson finally gets him around the ankles, as well as Landon Hamilton and James Payne getting him up high. Okonkwo will pick up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Highlander offense on their opening drive of the second half, leading by a field goal after the touchdown by the Patriots to start the second half. It's been a great defensive game so far tonight. Handoff goes to Okonkwo off the left side, and Okonkwo going to get down to near the 30. Still be a few yards shy of the first down. That'll set up 3rd and short for the Highlanders. A pickup of 3. Bring up 3rd and 2. Good traveling crowd from the Highlanders this evening over on that far side of the field. Trying to will this offense to a 3rd and 2 conversion. Handoff goes to Okonkwo, and Okonkwo going to be met in the backfield. And who else would you expect other than number 3, Clyde May, to get there and make that initial contact to stop him in the backfield, and then Kion Davis comes in to help finish him off. So we get another look at it here again, Will.
Yeah, huge effort there to stop him on that big 3rd down, but they're going for it, looks like, here on 4th down. So need at least one more effort like that to try to get the stop here.
Spotted at the 35. Call it 4th and a long 2, but it's really 4th and 3. Wilson in the shotgun, going to keep it himself on a design quarterback run. And his second effort, I think, might have just gotten it for him.
He got it.
Depends on where they spot him. The way his body lies there on the turf before he gets up did not look like he had it. But we'll see where the spot is. And they take a long look down the line as we get a look at it here. I think his extra effort might have gotten him close to it. It's going to be awfully close, folks.
Here come the chains.
Shout out Chet Roberts and the Chain Gang. Well, he's not here tonight, but getting the guys for the Chain Gang organized each and every week. Normally he is here. And he's got it by about a half the length of the football. Again, I thought I was going to be close. I didn't think it'd be by that much, but they give it to him by a half a length of the football. That'll reset the downs marker for the Highlanders, and the drive continues. And it's been nothing short of a heavyweight fight tonight here on the Hill. This has been the marquee matchup folks across the state have been talking about. Pair of one-loss teams, number 1 versus number 3, duking it out in Class 4A. Handoff goes to Dante Newsom. He is brought down by Grant Aldrich, as well as Casey Adkins. And Landon Hamilton, after a short gain down to the 31-yard line, a 2-yard pickup will bring up 2nd and 8.
And like you said, a lot just more conservative play calling, it feels like, here in the second half, and extending back to the second quarter from Huntington after seemingly a more wide open first couple of drives.
2 receivers each side of the formation for Wilson. He's going to drop back to throw. Pass is caught. That is Reese, and Reese has the first down and then some. Into the red zone territory now for the Highlanders. And Andres Reese is his favorite target on the season. So he gets another pass brought in there down to the 17. Two receivers each side of the formation once again. To the near side, it's Goodson and Reese. Goodson goes in motion. Handoff will go up the middle to Dante Newsom, and Newsom met just shortly after he crossed the line of scrimmage and fought his way down to the 15. Pickup of 2.
And all night, this Patriots defense has done a good job of tightening up once it gets pushed out into the red zone, forcing those 2 early field goal attempts. See if they can try to do it again here.
2nd and 8 on the way for the Highlanders. Clock continuing to move. Now inside of 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. A field goal game so far here on the Hill. Pass thrown out way too far ahead of his intended target, Kellen Reif.
Yeah, he was only really looking at one guy on that pass play. He was way too far out in front for that about 7-and-out drive, or 7-and-out route.
A little too much mustard on that throw. And there's just little bits of things along the way that you can tell with Tavion Wilson that he's not a true quarterback, but he's just a pure athlete that they've asked to step back in there and sling the rock for him. And he's looked great at times tonight, but there's also those minor moments where you can tell. Throwing one there, and again, kind of the same thing, Will. The timing just isn't right there for him. He had his man that he wanted there. He just couldn't get that timing throw down just pat as he was looking for Aiden Barnett. That'll bring up 4th down after the incompletion, and back out is Bennett Weimer for another field goal try as they spot the ball up in the middle of the field. And it'll be another 32-yard try. He's hit one from there already and one from 30. Can he knock this one through? Snap is back. Kick is down. And it is good. Just inside the left upright once more. Make it 16-10. Highlanders on top with 3:09 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a break, and we're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
It's a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJ Hughes, and it's truly just a family company.
to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades apprenticeship programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
Getting set for kickoff after the 32-yard field goal from Bennett Weimer. His third field goal of the night, all 30-yard varieties, a 30-yarder and again 2 32-yarders. Kickoff back to Jamari Smith. He'll bring it up from the 8, and he is going to be brought down well short after he was thinking he was going to have a seam over there. About a 12-yard gain, maybe more depending on where they spot it. He just kind of put the ball down. I don't know if they actually, oh no, they are going to give him the 22.
Let's see if GW can get another drive like they did last time when they drove right down. A couple of big pass plays, really trusting the quarterback Persinger to take them down there. With the running game not being what it's been in prior weeks. But it was successful. Let's see if they can do it again.
Trip split out to the near side of the formation. Lone receiver to the top, the short side of the field is Samaje Wesley. Persinger surveys, throws complete over to the near side. That's Henry Davis. And Davis going to try and turn up field, and they'll have a short gain.
Might be no gain.
I think they're, yeah, I would say they may be giving him one, but they don't give him anything. All they do on that play is flip from the far hash to the, just as I say that, they spotted up a yard.
Okay, 1
so
yard.
1 yard. But they gain a yard and flip from far side to near side hash mark. About the only thing that really happens. Now they flip formation slightly. Screen play thrown to Jaden Black. Makes one man miss, following his blockers up across the 30. Ball is out, and the Highlanders say they've come away with it. Yes, they have. Coming up from the bottom of the pile there is Ethan Goodson.
That is just exactly what the Patriots did not need. It looked like they were starting to get it going again. Had the potential to go out there and take a lead, and then a great hit right here. No, next one. Right on the ball to knock it out.
And making that hit on the ball, number 15, Elias King. One of the big-time playmakers on this defense does it again for the Highlanders. First turnover of the game for GW. For either side, actually. Now the Highlanders with great starting field position at the Patriots' 31-yard line with 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Wilson throws out on a bubble screen. That is caught by Newsom. Newsom, trying to turn down field, is going to have the first down and get down to the 20. Just inside to the red zone. An 11-yard pickup. That's a long throw to make, but again, Tavion Wilson just makes that look effortless. That baseball background definitely shining through. He can spin it pretty well. 1st and 10 from the 20. Going to be keeping it himself. Had him in the backfield, but still on his feet. Now he's inside the 20 and is forced out of bounds near the first down marker. Samaje Wesley finally forces him out, and he is going to be a yard shy down to the 11. A 9-yard gain on first down for Wilson on the run. Man, that explosiveness is just something to behold. And 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard run by Wilson. Wilson takes a snap, hands off to his back, Mayshawn Okonkwo, and before the play gets fully off and running, it's blown dead. And we'll get the ruling on that here momentarily. And that's a false start. Back the Highlanders up 5 yards, so put them at 2nd and 6 now from the 16.
that's now, 12 accepted penalties now against the Highlanders in this one?
I believe so. You know, I mentioned Chet Roberts, the Chain Gang crew. Word that I already knew he was going to be in Florida, and I sent him the link for the game tonight. But he and his daughter Eva, and my friend sister's watching the game down in Florida. Appreciate them tuning in. Wherever you're tuned in, we appreciate you watching tonight as the pass complete over to the far side of the field finds Dante Newsome, and he'll have the first down inside the 10 at the 5. Needed 6, picked up 11. First and goal for the Highlanders. Well, we've seen them get down here twice already in this game. Their first 2 drives of the contest got down into the goal line area and had to settle for 2 field goals. Can the Patriot defense hold firm once again? Handoff goes to Newsome, and Landon Hamilton flies into the backfield and makes the stop behind the line. He and Casey Adkins both got back there, but Hamilton comes up with the stick to make the stop.
A great play there to put them behind the sticks here in a goal-to-go situation. Like I said just a little bit ago, there's been a great showing by the red zone defense of the Patriots in this one.
Second and goal for the Highlanders now. Double barrel shotgun. Wilson going to hand it off. Newsome trying to fight his way down farther toward the goal line. Patriot defense will wrap him up and bring him down. James Payne, Grant Aldrich, as well as Casey Adkins on the stop. Third and goal on the way for the Highlanders. Ball down inside the 5. Patriot defense trying to hold firm once more. We'll have to wait and find out if they can do it on the other side of this break. As we head to the 4th quarter, Patriot defense trying to get another goal line stand. Can they do it in a 6-point game between the number 1 and the number 3 team in Class 4A? Find out when we come back for the 4th quarter, right after this on High School Game Day.
Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Getting ready to start the 4th quarter. 3rd and goal for the Highlanders from the 5. Play action fake. Wilson rolls to his right, throws, and is it caught? Yes, it is! Touchdown Highlanders! Dante Newsome hauls it in from 5 yards out. And Huntington adds 6 more to their lead to make it 12.
Yeah, that was one of those plays designed to give Wilson the choice to run it or throw it. He saw Newsom had the edge there, found him for the touchdown there. It gives him a little breathing room here as the 4th quarter begins.
Snap is back. Kick is up for Weimer's point after try, and it is good. We'll keep you right here since we just came back from a commercial break with the change in the quarter, because for the 2nd time tonight, the Highlanders have scored 6 seconds in to the 2nd quarter of the half, as they got a 32-yard field goal to start the 2nd quarter. They get a 5-yard touchdown catch from Dante Newsome. That is his first touchdown catch of the season. 4th touchdown overall for him. Had 3 on the ground coming into tonight. And that'll make it 23 10 in favor of the Highlanders. Patriots going to need some more fourth quarter comeback magic to go their way tonight, much like they had in the fourth quarter of last week's game against Jefferson. That magic ran out a little bit there at the end, but made it a very exciting and interesting game to close things out last week here on the Hill on Saturday afternoon.
And like we said, this offense for the Patriots was really humming when it came back in from the second half. Second drive cut short by a foul or by a turnover, and now here we are with them staring down the barrel, 13 points here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
so
what a swing!
Yeah, very important drive coming up here for them.
Kickoff bounces into the hands of Jamari Smith. He'll field it at about the 17, and he is brought down at the 26-yard line. Drayden Barber on the stop for the Highlanders kickoff team. Because, not only is that a chance that you had taken from you to where you could go down and take the lead for the first time tonight, but then you give up a score on the back side of that, and that's 10 points. That's 2 scores for the Highlanders in a matter of 3 minutes and 15 seconds going back into that touchdown, or the field goal, at the end of the third quarter with about 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, a game that felt like it was getting really tight and could be anyone's game is not nearly as tight as it once felt.
Patriots with trips to the near side. Persinger dropping back to throw, wanting to throw deep down the near side of the field. Kai Martin goes up and gets it, hauls it in at the 48-yard line of the Highlanders, and is forced out of bounds inside their 45. As we get another look at it again on our instant replay. May have gotten away with a push there.
Yeah,
But no flag flies, and the Patriots have a first down at the Highlander 45. .28-yard pickup through the air that time for the Patriot offense. Persinger drops back to throw once again here on 1st and 10 from the Highlander 45. Throw complete over to the near side to Jaden Black. Black breaks out of a tackle at the 40. Finally forced out of bounds inside the 35. Another first down play for the Patriot offense. Patriots looking for just their 5th win in this series all time against Huntington. All 5 of them have come, or all 4 of the previous wins for GW in the series, and the previous 15 matchups had come here in Kanawha County. A couple of guys move. Question is did the Highlanders jump into the neutral zone first and cause the Patriots to jump, or did they just jump by themselves? It's more often than not gone the way of the Patriots on these calls so far tonight. This time it's going to go in favor of the Highlanders. It'll back GW up 5 yards after a false start.
Both teams really struggled with penalty. We talked a lot about.
Yeah, the Highlanders have just seemingly been more costly and wiped 2 touchdowns off the board. I mean to cut you off there, Will. Persinger with a throwback over to Kai Martin. Gets a great block downfield from Jaden Black, showing he can do more than just catch the ball out of the backfield and carry it on the handoff. He gets downfield and makes a big block to set Kai Martin up with 2nd and short for the Patriot offense after a 14-yard gain through the air. Black to the left of Persinger. He'll take it on a direct snap, and Highlander defense gets to him quickly. Bourne in on the stop for the Highlanders, and they'll give him no gain.
Yeah, this package that they have been trying to work in there where Black's taking the direct snaps have just not been panning out. Early on, they're costing them a lot of yardage.
Had 2 bad snaps on those heavier sets, too, when they tried doing that in the first half. They were able to recover those bad snaps, but ultimately killed the drives for the Patriots. Persinger drops back to throw, completes to Martin again, gets another great block from Jaden Black. Man, that's 2 fantastic blocks from the freshman running back. As we take another look at it, look at the speed of him coming out of the backfield, lays the block on the corner, and helps set that edge for Kai Martin. Persinger pumps once, looking towards Jaden Black on a wheel route, and it's off of his hands, incomplete at the 10. Coverage provided there by Ethan Goodson, the junior safety, as we get another look at that quick throw, tight window. Incompletion will stop the clock with 10:27 to go in the game. Patriots trailing by 2 scores, down 13 here at home on homecoming. Now GW going to split everybody out, go empty backfield, 5 wide. 2 to the near side are Martin and Black. Trips to the top is in order from top to bottom, Wilson, Davis, and Wesley. Persinger drops back to throw, heavy pressure off the outside edge. Pass is incomplete. They rule it touched the turf before Kai Martin got his hands underneath it. Persinger was under some heavy duress there coming off the edge by Elias King. King nearly got to him there too. So incompletion will bring up 3rd and 10 now for the GW offense. Looking for their 2nd touchdown in as many drives. But man, that last one feels like it came forever ago, and it's partly because it did just a little more than 3 minutes into that 3rd quarter. GW finally got their first touchdown on the board. Jaden Black punched it in from 6 yards out. Persinger pumps once and then can't get rid of it. There he is once more. Elias King with the sack all the way back across the 30.
They might even push them out of a field goal range right there. Just pressure right up the middle. Almost let go, but just couldn't do it in time, and that's a big loss there beyond the 30-yard line.
Patriots have to go for it essentially here on 4th down. You're down 13 with 10 minutes to go. You need 6 here. A field goal does you no good because the defense has been strong for GW tonight, Will, but not strong enough to keep them off the scoreboard entirely. They've done it a couple of times, but with the time running out, you almost have to go for it here. 2 seconds. 1, they finally get the ball off. Persinger looking down toward the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted. Coming up with the pick at the 2 is the Highlanders' Andres Reese.
Man, Reese looked like a shot of a cannon. I thought he might be able to get all the way back on that one, but
Persinger was looking for Jaden Wilson, and then it was Reese who essentially turned into the receiver there. Caught it and then takes it all the way back to the Highlander 47-yard line. It's about a 45-yard return on that interception from Andres Reese. Oh, excuse me, they move it back actually to the 44-yard line, so about a 42-yard return.
So great effort to hunt him down and knock him out there before the 50, but now this Patriot defense has to get a stop here and soon to get their offense the ball back.
Another turnover by the Patriot offense tonight. Tavion Wilson trying to keep it himself, stretches it out wide, escapes one tackle, stiff arms another defender, down the sideline, going to cut it back toward the numbers, still on his feet, and is finally brought down inside the 25. What a run from Tavion Wilson. Down to the 22-yard line. Nearly got stopped in the backfield and just flat out ran the man to the corner.
35 yards there, just
gashing the Patriot defense. Outside the red zone just barely at the 22. Highlanders trying to capitalize on yet another Patriot turnover. They scored off of the last one. Can they do it here? Handoff goes to Okonkwo, and Okonkwo going to be slung out of bounds by Kion Davis. Yeah, Mayshawn will get
loss of one.
get a loss of one there, getting the backfield back to the 23. I want to give a shout out to some of our other viewers, the Blevinses, Ethan, Max, and Ricky. Brian watching the game tonight as well. Appreciate everybody tuned into our broadcast this evening. 2nd and 11 for the Highlanders on the way. Trying to almost put this one away here on the road. Patriot defense trying to say something about it, though. Landon Hamilton comes off the edge and gets his first sack of the season back at the 35.
And what a time to get your first sack. A huge loss there. Was able to just stay with them. Tenacious, able to get that ankle tackle, and very proud of himself, as he should be.
3rd and long, 23 to be precise, for the Highlanders on the way.
Third and about 23 here.
Wilson drops back to throw, has time, looking deep down toward the end zone for Newsome. Does he maintain possession? Yes, he does! Touchdown, Huntington, from 35 yards out. And that one might be the nail in the coffin from the Highlanders. What a throw. Wasn't sure if he fully maintained possession all the way down, but they say he does, and they add 6 more to the scoreboard for the Highlanders. Point after a try is stopped before the kick goes off. An equipment issue with one of the Highlander players. They're going to have to run off the field. Weimer back for the point after try. Snap back, kick is up, and it is good. 30-10, Highlanders with a 20-point lead on the road in this top 3 matchup, trying to spoil the Patriots' homecoming night, and are just 7 minutes and 23 seconds away from doing just that. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
More than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia hospitals.
Jamari Smith going to muff the kickoff, but able to gather it back himself. And is across the 35 and finally stopped at about the 36-yard line. And that is where the Patriot offense will take back over, trailing by 20. Don't forget, now is a great time to pick up a digital subscription to Gazette Mail for just $1. You can get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows, and of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games. Just $1 for half a year. Go to GazetteMail.com to subscribe today.
Yeah, they're going to probably be looking for chunk plays here, down, I guess, 3 scores right now here in about 10 minutes to work with.
Persinger under heavy duress, and Max Bourne gets to him again. And there's a flag to add insult to injury. That's going to be a hold.
Yeah, even with the holding, just could not be stopped. And Persinger goes down hard.
We take another look at it there. The tackle, Braden Coulter, just didn't have a chance to stop Max Bourne.
And the interior lineman hadn't necessarily felt the pressure from that side. They could have swung around, but both them, or most of the offensive line, unable to help him there as he got chased down from behind.
2nd and 17 for the Patriot offense now, under 7 minutes to go in the contest. Persinger throws to the near side. That is caught by Henry Davis, just shy of the 35. On the stop there is Drayden Barber. Davis is going to get 5 yards back, make it 3rd and 12 for the Patriot offense. Trips to the top of the formation. Lone receiver to the bottom is Jamari Smith. Persinger slings over to the far side of the field, and that one's intercepted! Tavion Wilson laying out for it. Showcasing those wide receiver skills on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, out of nowhere, just
like a hot knife through butter, he slices through the air to come up with that pick.
like we said a couple times, just what a football player. Just put him somewhere on the field, and he's going to make an impact. Shows it right there. He hasn't really been super impactful so far in this game from that safety position, but all it takes is one. I'm right there, and that really snuffs out any hope the Patriots have. Now 6:10 left, and
it's going to start to empty the student section a little bit now.
To clear out.
They kind of feel the energy sucked out of the near sideline after that interception. Highlanders offense back on the field, 1st and 10 from their own 48 with 6:10 to go in the contest. Now they're really trying to go for the dagger. Deep throw looking for Andres Reese, incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48. I like seeing Huntington being aggressive there now. And we mentioned it seemed like they had kind of changed play calling philosophies a little bit after those first two drives where they were able to move the ball seemingly at will. Got a 6-0 lead and then seemed to change a little bit, but have gotten a lot more aggressive these last two drives. Handoff goes up the middle to Mayshawn Okonkwo, and Okonkwo into the secondary. Okonkwo spins out of one tackle and finally brought down at the 30. It's a 22-yard run there for Mayshawn Okonkwo. He's starting to pick up yardage in chunks here, Will.
Yeah, just a very shifty runner. Right up the middle and just finds every little lane he can to move the ball up the field.
Trips to the top of the formation. Newsom, the lone receiver, to the bottom. Throw out on a bubble screen is nearly picked off. Grant Aldrich laying out trying to get to that one. A little too far outside of his reach and low as they were looking for Andres Reese. Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 30. Clock stopped with 5:32 to go in the contest. Don't forget, Will and I will be up at South Charleston next week as they play host to the Oak Hill Red Devils. Short handoff there. Okonkwo will take it to the 26-yard line, a 4-yard pickup, bring up 3rd and 6.
If this score holds as we tick down and close to 5 minutes left, the Patriots now facing a losing streak, and both of them at home. So definitely something that is going to be a tough hole to get out of as you look at wrapping this season up with just a couple weeks left in the regular season.
And after this one for the Patriots, as pass intended over on the far side of the field between the numbers and the sideline, as he was looking for, that was Andres Reese. Up next for GW, they will take on Capital down at Laidley Field next week. And then we'll have an open week in Week 10 before closing things off in the regular season with a senior night matchup with Woodrow Wilson, who currently is the number 16 in Class 4A. Tavion Wilson escapes some pressure, looks toward the end zone, and is picked off by Samaje Wesley. The question is where did the interception happen? It looks like they're giving it to him at the 1 instead of in the end zone. As we get another look at it on our instant replay. It's really the first bad decision that Tavion Wilson's made all night. That is just the second interception that he's thrown this season as well. And yeah, GW will get it 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line now. Mention our game next week for South Charleston against Oak Hill. That is a 7:30 kickoff for us next week. As Jaden Black able to get out of his own end zone and will be brought down at looks like they're going to give him the 3, a 2-yard run there. Bring up 2nd and 8. A little more than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Patriots down by 3 scores. Got some work to do if they want to try to come back in this one. Persinger going to keep it himself and will gain 2 up to the 5.
No, that's Black.
Oh, excuse me. Persinger kept that himself.
It's hard to tell with so many bodies mass up in there in that little space, and Patriots is desperately trying to get out for the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, the Patriots keep subbing bodies on and off the field here. 3rd and 5 coming up, though. 3rd and long 6, or long 5, call it 6. Persinger stands at his own goal line. Going to hand it off to Black, and Black will have a very short gain of 1, maybe 2, depending on where they say his forward progress was stopped. And now they will just punt the ball away. So that last touchdown, Will, I think may have done it after the Highlanders took the lead and then immediately come up with the interception on the drive following that.
And that's starting at the 1-yard line after the interception. The interception was a great play and something you always want to see, but give it to your offense at the 1 was just brutal and you just didn't give them much to work with. Here they go putting it away. Good punt, at least. Decent punt.
But it'll be returned here by Reese. Reese going to take it over to the far side of the field. Wilson out there ahead to block for him. And is he going to get to the pylon? No.
And there was
brought down at the 2. There is a flag.
Unnecessary block way in the back of the play. It was 21.
Back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, C.J. Quinn.
Yeah, C.J. Quinn making a block. Was pretty much behind the play.
Personal foul. Blindside block.
Yeah.
Number 21. 15-yard penalty from the foul foul. First down.
I don't know if we'll see it here. We should.
Right there.
Yep.
Blindside block on Jamari Smith.
Maybe not as far from the play as it felt like, but still, obviously, you can't do that. 15-yard penalty would have been much more costly if this was still a competitive game at this juncture. But
now with 2.5 minutes effectively, the Highlanders just looking to run the rest of this clock out. And in doing so, will improve to 6-1 on the season. And it will have rattled off 6 wins in a row. And up next, it'll be on the road at Sevier County, Tennessee, who again is the number 25 team in the state of Tennessee. What a run there by Mayshawn Okonkwo. Takes it down to the 25.
And Adam, this is the first time we've seen this Huntington team in person this year, and they're good. Like
yeah,
they
this
have
is a Highlander
bunch of good
team.
players.
There's
nothing. They aren't doing just one thing extraordinarily well. They run the ball well, but you got to run the ball well to be at the top of your classification like they are. But this is a team that just obviously Tavon Wilson is the big marquee name on this offense. Just a lot of good offensive, a lot of good players just spring across this offensive unit and the offensive line.
Mayshawn Okonkwo will get a couple of yards down inside the 25-yard line to the 23. A little more than 2 minutes left here in this fourth quarter.
Wilson has taken a sack or two in this game, but overall the offensive line's kept him pretty clean. He tries to drop back and pass and give them lanes where they want to run.
And this is going to be a big confidence boost of a win for the Highlanders, obviously, to go on the road here and beat the Patriots in a 1v3 matchup. They already beat the number 4 team in Class 4A earlier this season in Martinsburg back in their home opener all the way back in September, as Okonkwo will get another carry here. They've also knocked off the number 14 team in Parkersburg and the number 20 team, the last place team currently, Hurricane, in Class 4A, but beat Spring Valley, number 10 team in AAA. Capital, the number 9 team in Class AAA, and held both of them to single digits in scoring. And as I mentioned, Sevier County, number 25 in the state of Tennessee. And they'll close things out with Cabell Midland in their senior night game on the 31st of October, Halloween night. And then they'll go on the road to take on Lindsley High School, as Tavion Wilson will kneel it down on first down. And they'll have to do that, I believe, one more time, and then that should do it, as there's a 13-second differential between play clock and game clock. So what a big win for the Highlanders on the road tonight, Will. 30-10. They hold a GW offense in check that had been putting up some numbers over the last couple of weeks, and the loss didn't necessarily wake the Patriots up like Coach Edwards would have necessarily hoped it would have.
No, they need to hope that this is the one to do it. If it wasn't that one, I mean, like you said, they've got another rival in Capital, and then Woodrow Wilson, who's never a easy contest at the end of the year. So this is a team that they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be in that conversation.
This was a game that could have essentially locked you in almost for home field advantage through the first couple rounds of the playoffs before the state championship game over at Laidley Field.
And plus you've already lost. These are 2 straight home losses. So, is the home field advantage working that well for them this year anyway?
So that'll do it for this matchup between top 3 teams in Class 4A, and the number 1 team in the class will pick up another victory over the Patriots. They have now won 10 out of their last 12 in this series against GW and made it 5 in a row overall. Last time the Highlanders lost to the Patriots was 6 years ago, back in 2019 here on the Hill. Will, any final thoughts before we wrap things up after a 20-point win for the Highlanders here on the road?
Just both teams set up for an interesting last couple weeks of the season, see what they're all about before it comes playoff time.
Great game that lived up to the hype all week long, but it's a 20-point win for the Highlanders on the road against the George Washington Patriots. Again, Will and I will be at South Charleston next week as they take on Oak Hill for a 7:30 kickoff there up on South Charleston's hill there behind the school. That'll do it for us here at George Washington High School tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening for our broadcast here on High School Game Day. Big thanks to our crew, Robbie Mounts and Video Productions, doing a fantastic job for us tonight. We will see you next week from South Charleston. Have a great rest of your night, folks.